All right, I'd like to open up tonight's meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can I have you all please stand, continue standing? I would like to have just a moment of silence for the victims and all the people that got hurt in Las Vegas today. It's a tragic act, and I'd just like to have a moment of silence. Thank you very much. All right, let's start out with the Road and Bridge meeting tonight. I would ask for a roll call. I ask for a roll call of officers.
Supervisor Alberico.
Here.
Trustee Boyce.
Here.
Trustee Morelli. Here. Trustee Delaney.
Here.
Trustee Bickus.
Here.
Assessor Mason.
Here.
Highway Commissioner Shalinski.
Here.
Collector McCullough.
Here.
Absent is Clerk Mushroom. Rumcheck. Attorney Gary Mueller is present. All present and counted.
All right, thank you. Moving on, we have the minutes. Everybody should have the minutes in their packet of the September 11th, 2017 meeting of the Road and Bridge, and also the bid opening of September 20th. I need a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll make that motion.
I got a motion by Barb Delaney.
I'll second.
Second by Barb Boyce. Any questions in the minutes? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you very much. You have the bills of $90,507.78. You need a motion to pay the bills.
I'll make that motion.
I got a motion by Barb Boyce.
Second.
Second by Barb Delaney. Any questions in the bills for the Highway Department?
Yes, I just have one question for the Highway Commissioner. Mr. Zelensky, the only question that I have is under Martin Implement Sales, you have equipment lease or purchase for $33,201.20. Last month, unfortunately, I know you were not here, I had a question. We were asked to approve purchase for $35,468.02. So is this a new vehicle that you purchased, a piece of equipment?
Yes, it's skid steer.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a Kubota skid steer. And I was going to talk a little bit about your questions. I saw the tape from the last meeting, so I was going to address how the NJPA works and that kind of thing. I can do it now, but be in my
Whenever it's appropriate.
Okay.
All right.
Any other questions? Hearing none, can I have a roll call, please?
Trustee Bickus.
Yes.
Trustee Delaney.
Yes.
Trustee Morelli.
Yes.
Trustee Boyce.
Yes.
Supervisor Alberico.
Yes. Motion carries. Any citizens here wishing to address the board for the Highway Department tonight?
Good evening, Board. Terry Broaders, citizen, director, one of the directors of the Fairmount Community Partnership. We would like to extend a thank you to both the township and to the Highway Department. Last 2 Tuesdays, we did our TV and Tire Tuesday pickups for our seniors, and the tires were mostly the abandoned stuff around the neighborhood. But working with John, we were able to collect 26 TVs and about 7 tires. We did it for 2 Tuesdays. We worked mostly with our seniors to be able to get rid of some of the stuff. The assistance John gave us allowed us to be able to put the TVs in the right location. Hopefully that type of cooperation can continue. We have an aging community that really, we put out one email and got about, like I said, 26 calls to pick up TVs for our seniors. These are the types of things that our community partnership, the Fairmont Community Partnership, really want to engage in. We're certainly not looking for anything for free or a free ride. What we're trying to move into is a direction of self-sufficiency, us helping us type mentality. So again, the cooperation went a long way for us to sell that to the community that this can work and move it in the right direction. So again, I just want to send a thank you and hopes that things like that can continue. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on, anybody else wishing to address the board for the highway? Seeing none, we'll go on to Mr. Selinsky's highway report.
Thanks, Ron. Thank you very much. This is the last month for branch pickup. I just want to remind residents that branch pickup is for branches that are trimmed on your property. We've been starting to get a lot of, especially with the storms, a lot of old trees. And some of the logs are rather large and we don't have the ability to pick those up. We're making, we're doing the best we can on those, but we got one more month of branch pickup. So I wanted to put that out there. Secondly, we went out for bid on repaving 2 roads, curb and road on Thomas Drive and Riley Avenue in Fairmont. So that work should be, I talked to the township attorney. There was a couple of questions that I had about the bid packets, the stuff that was turned in, so we've got that worked out. So hopefully that work will start here pretty quickly. Also, the Fairmont flood study that we've been talking about, Will County's been working on, and we kind of partnered up with them. We've been talking about that for 4 years, 5 years. Yeah. They're actually finally starting some work. I think it went out for bid. They contacted me for some signage, so you should probably see some activity in the community. I'm guessing in about a week or so, and they plan on having all of that first phase of that study done by December. So that's kind of exciting news. I was not here last month. I was ill. Still a little bit ill, but that's, people know me would probably say that anyways. I did watch the meeting, and I know there were some questions about the equipment and NJPA and how that works. So I just want to take a brief second to explain to the board members and to the general public. Basically, there's a couple different ways you can buy equipment. You can purchase used equipment. Anything $200 or more, you do not have to go out to bid. You can just purchase the equipment, and then your options are to pay in full or finance through a bank, or if that company selling the equipment has financing, you can do that as well. Another way to purchase equipment is through procurement. And procurement, the state has a procurement system. They call it like a state bid. All of our salt contracts come from the Illinois state bid. And then recently, when I say recently, in the past 5 or 7, maybe 10 years, they have started putting together these national procurement agencies, and NJPA is probably the most popular at the moment. It's out of Minnesota, but the state will go out and get state bids for trucks and cars and buses or whatever the case may be. And they're doing the bidding portion for you, basically. In other words, if I just wanted to buy a truck, I could go out to bid, publish it in the newspaper, and it's the same thing as the road packets. You have parameters, people send the bid, you have the bid opening, and then you basically take the lowest responsible bidder. Or you can go through the state bid. Will County Government League is another one, but NJPA is probably the most recognized. It's a national one, so the prices seem to be a little bit better. So the bill that you saw last year, and how it works is, I can go through the bidding list and see who bid. For example, the wheel loader. You guys talked about last meeting. So we looked at Case, we looked at Caterpillar, we looked at John Deere, and John Deere is the one that we preferred. And being a member of NJPA, I contact John Deere directly. You're basically purchasing it from the manufacturer. So we actually purchased this wheel loader, I think 3 years ago, from John Deere. What John Deere does is that they call the local company that supplies John Deere, which was Westside Tractor, and they are the ones who actually give me the equipment and do the paperwork. And so we went through John Deere Finance for that piece of equipment. So that was actually, then you pay once a year for 5 years, then it's yours. They also have a lease option where you can lease equipment and stuff like the loader should last us 20-something years. I didn't think it was something that should have been leased. But anyways, so we went through John Deere for that. I know Denise made a comment that I've been asking for paperwork and I'm not getting it. There is no paperwork. If you look at the packet for this month, our skid steer or Bobcat is the common terminology. It needed a pump and a spool. The estimate from the mechanic was about $5,000 to $6,000 repair. We had some other leaks and some other issues with it, and it's getting older. So I just checked the NJPA price, and we were saving $15,000 off of a Kubota skid steer, which was a very good skid steer, and they were willing to give me $10,000 for a trade. So it just was kind of the right time for that piece of equipment, because even the mechanic says, okay, you can put the $5,000 in today, you could have other issues tomorrow. It made sense. We used the machine quite a bit, especially this time of year. So basically, I didn't have to finance that because we have the money, so that you won't see any other payments for that particular piece of equipment. And then now with trucks, they're doing the same thing with trucks. Our trucks, we spend $60,000 in repairs last year because the trucks are getting old and worn. So NJPA, GMC, all of ours are GMCs. They don't make trucks that size in the 8500, so we're looking at Peterbilt's, and we're looking at all the different kinds to see. But now those are all offered on NJPA. I think I worked with Michelle in Ron's office for the buses. NJPA has a great bus program there. But there's also others, there's other ones. I don't want to take up too much more time. I hope that kind of answers the question. So these are, and I asked the other highway commissioners that have small budgets, how do you guys keep up with this snow equipment? I mean, to me, that's our main thing that everybody benefits from and sees. And basically, they do those 5-year leases and then they rotate them. So you have X number of dollars in your equipment line item. So once the loader's paid off, you'll purchase a truck to replace one that's like a 1980 something leaking. It's just in bad shape, but diesels run forever. So we'll finance that for 5 years, and then when we get the boom mower paid off, we'll try to get another one. So that's the way these guys keep up with, just keeping your equipment, up to date. Or trying to get it up to date.
Okay.
So just real quick, you're saying that national procurement program takes care or meets the requirements for the bid process?
Yes. Yeah, and the benefit of it, and you're familiar with some of that stuff, the benefit of it is you can choose the equipment that you want. In other words, if I go out for bid and I get X number of bidders and there's a piece of equipment I don't think is the right piece for me, but they're the lowest bidder, we kind of stuck going with that. It's really a neat thing. I know, Ron, did you guys get the buses through NJPA? Yes. And then there's a buy board is one. Buy board was I think it's out of Texas, and that was all like school supplies. And then they started broadening into street sweepers, and it started mushrooming out. But yeah, it's kind of a neat program. I think NJPA is probably the one that the highway commissioners use the most.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Sure. I'm sorry.
John, I wanted to bring up a point too that you were talking about the Fairmont flooding
Yes.
thing. I did get this email. I don't know if you want to read it to them, but I was going to do it in the town. I might as well, since you brought it up, I'll read it.
All right. Yeah, I don't think I got that.
Central Fairmont Drainage Project Community Notice of Construction Dates. The Central Fairmont Phase 1 Drainage Project will begin on October 9th and end on December 1st, 2017. Be advised that the construction work will occur on scheduled school holidays, with work scheduled to end early on Tuesday, October 31st. Scheduled drainage work areas include South Avenue to North, Berry Avenue to the south, Oak Avenue east of Brazel to the east, and Central Park Place Avenue to the west. Residents will be informed of any work that will occur in front of their homes by Martin construction staff. No staff will ever need access to your residence. No fees will ever be taken away from your homeowners. Report any persons attempting either to the Will County Sheriff's. If you have any questions or have any additional questions, please call Will County Land Use Department, Kathy Pecora, 815-774-7906. I just got that today. I thought I'd read that off. All right, anything else?
No, I think that's it.
All right, then I have nothing else. There's no need for an executive session. So I'll entertain an adjournment to the highway.
I make the motion.
I got a motion by Barb Boyce,
Second.
second by Greg Pickus. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you very much. All right, moving on. We'll go into the General Assistance Fund. Everybody should have in their minutes, in their packet, the minutes of the September 11th, 2017 meeting. I do need a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll make that motion.
I got a motion by Barb Delaney,
I'll second it.
a second by Barb Boyce. Any questions of the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you very much. Moving on to the bills of $6,401.61 this month. I do need a motion to pay the bills.
I'll make that motion.
I got a motion by Barb Boyce,
Second.
and a second by Barb Delaney. Any questions of the bills? Hearing none, can I have a roll call, please?
Trustee Delaney?
Yes.
Trustee Morelli?
Yes.
Trustee Boyce?
Yes.
Trustee Pickus?
Yes.
Supervisor Alberto?
Yes. Motion carries. Thank you very much. Any citizens wishing to address the board for the General Assistance Fund? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to new business. I don't really have any new business. In old business, I think everybody should have in their packet the financial aid report. There were 4 new applications taken out. 2 were not returned. Of the applications returned, 2 applications from previous month is 2. Total applications were 4. Of the returning applications, waiting for information, there's 2. Basically, 2 of them failed to provide information. The number of requalified GA applications was 5 this month. So we have 5 on general assistance and none on emergency assistance this month. You also have your financial breakdown of the month. And I apologize, I didn't really get a chance to look through this today. In September, there was 2 housing, 3 at gas, 1 electric, 3 water, 3 fuel, 5 food. It gives you the balance of what cards we have left. There's 18 $20 cards in the food and 13 at $25. So that's just for information. That doesn't need to be voted on. Any questions or anything? I have nothing else in general assistance. I would ask for an adjournment.
I'll make that motion.
I got a motion by Barb Boyce.
Second.
Second by Greg Pickus. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you very much. Moving right along here. Senior Fund tonight. Everybody should have in their packet, again, the meeting of September 11th for the senior fund. I do need a motion to pass the minutes.
I'll make that motion.
I got a motion by Barb Delaney,
I'll second it.
second by Barb Boyce. So far, I haven't messed up the names. All right, I got a motion. Any questions of the minutes for the senior fund? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. We have the bills of $31,962.27. I do need a motion to pay the bills.
I'll make the motion to pay the bills.
I got a motion by Barb Boyce,
I'll second that.
and second by P. Morelli. Any questions of the bills tonight?
I do have a question. Tom's Asphalt, that's the work we had done in the parking lot. That's being paid totally from the senior fund?
Well, we've been taking some of it, we've been trying to do a 40-60 share of our funds on anything with the building. We've been taking a lot out of the town fund for a while, so the bookkeepers are trying to catch up on the senior fund now. And we're trying to split it. Since this building is used, it's probably, the percentages aren't exact. We probably use this building a lot more for seniors than the town, but we thought years ago that we'd split it 60-40. When we bought this building, we've been trying to keep everything at 60-40 percentage. On maintenance and everything. All right. So actually, maybe not senior, they're 40%. Any other questions of the bills? Hearing none, can I have a roll call, please?
Trustee Morelli?
Yes.
Trustee Boyce?
Yes.
Trustee Bickers?
Yes.
Trustee Delaney?
Yes.
Supervisor Everett?
Yes. All right, thank you very much. Would any citizens wishing to address the board for the senior fund?
Good evening, Terry Broaders, one more time. Ron, again, we have some thank yous that the Fairmont community, along with the Northern Illinois Food Bank, would like to extend to our senior program, which has provided a senior breakfast today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. And so I volunteered the food bank, and so with them seniors coming to breakfast, we had a donation, and they've been very generous. Today we had a van load of food. We're going to probably do the same for the next 2 days. So the Fairmont community, the Northern Illinois Food Bank would again like to extend their thanks, not only to the board, but also to the residents who have donated so gratefully. We'd also like to just give a little bit of information for our residents, the users, regular users of the fish pantry, probably know by now that is not open. We have experienced some increase of flow at our food bank down at the Fairmont Community Center. I just want to let you folks know our doors are open 9 to 11 on Thursdays. And one of the great things that's happened here is that even though we're picking up more food, this came in at a great time as our increase in customer base has picked up due to they're rebuilding the new location. So again, we're able to pick up some of their donations. Fish Pantry change them over to our name for the time being. So it looks like we're going to have enough food for everybody. So please, on Thursdays, 9 to 11, Fairmont Community Community Center. Again, the same qualifications you need for the fish pantry will work for ours too. So thank you again for the dedication. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken. That being said, I'll go into new business after this, and then I'll report on the food pantry here in a minute. Going into new business, we have resolution number 2017-6 for the bus lease. That was tabled from last month to this month. We've had some conversations, as you may remember from last month, and probably in the minutes, we stated that we would have the verbiage and everything worked out from our attorney, because we didn't agree with some of the things that were in the contract. And on that resolution, I'm going to let Gary kind of explain what's going down now. It's my understanding that we don't have to pass a resolution at this point.
We had a lengthy discussion with representatives of the leasing company. Long story short is we don't need to have the resolution in part because
it was made very clear to us during our discussion that the resolution they presented is more of a boilerplate, and it really doesn't apply to our situation. As we stressed to them, this is unique. You need to make sure it complies with what we needed to say. And they said, well, in that case, we just won't do the resolution. If you simply pass it saying that the board approves the leasing program, that's good enough. We don't need to have our standard boilerplate for your situation. Some of the other issues and questions the board had last time included the provision that said at the end of our lease, originally it said that we needed to then return that vehicle anywhere in the contiguous 48 states. They have since changed that, so we don't have to do that anymore. And also we were a little concerned because the lease, of course, is a general lease, meaning you do, as a township board, contract with the leasing company for a certain number of miles per year per vehicle. And we just want to make sure that after talking with Michelle, talking with anybody else in Ron's office, to make sure that the mileage allotment was actually enough. We don't want to have a situation at the end of the lease where you have an enormous bill based upon the overusage of each one of the buses. And at least take into account not only current usage, but also a realistic chance for what might increase. It was determined that the numbers that are actually in the lease actually do make sense, and they should be ones that we can still absorb without looking forward to an enormous buyout at the end of the lease.
All right. Any questions of that? Now, we did approve the leasing program, tentative to get working out all the verbiage, so I don't think we need to pass it again. We did get all the verbiage worked out, basically.
Yes.
I'm planning on signing that unless there's a issue here tonight. I'll sign that first thing in the morning and get that rocking and rolling. Buses are being built. And we need them. So, anybody have anything to say? Okay. All right, good. I'll sign that contract in the morning. We're comfortable with the mileage. I think we're going to be okay. With the mileage that's set on that, so we're going to be good. Moving on, I did want to say a couple things real quick. We are having our senior breakfast right now. We had one this morning. We had one. We'll have one tomorrow, and on Wednesday morning we will be getting the dates set up. It's usually the first week of October. It'll be the first Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of October. But we haven't set those dates yet, so I'm asking the residents not to call in yet for the reservations till we have that worked out. But we will be announcing that really quick. We usually set that as soon as we're done with the breakfast. We'll get those dates set up for next year and start taking reservations. This year we're getting about 150 people per day, which is pretty good. We've had more. I think this year it's a little low because the past years we pushed it real hard and it's gone up to 180. We had people on the waiting list and we had too many people, so we thought maybe we wouldn't advertise quite as much. So now it's a little under what I would like. So I think we'll advertise again next year and get those numbers back up. Because it's a wonderful thing for our seniors and it's fun to give back to them and it's a nice entertaining day for them.
And Ron, I just have a question. So where is this advertised for the seniors?
It's usually in our newsletter.
Okay.
We announce in our newsletter, and we get, the newsletter does go out to every resident in Lockport Township, every household, so hopefully people are looking through it, reading it. The seniors must read it, because like I said, we're going to get a lot of calls like that. Next on the agenda, I did want to say something really quick, and I did receive a thank you note, a card. That is, I will pass this around for everybody to see. Every senior that went to the Romeoville Senior Olympics. The Senior Olympics were in Springfield. It's the Romeoville Senior Club that goes there, and we help finance that for them every year. They wanted to send us a nice thank you card. Everybody signed it. I did get a phone call today. I don't know if you guys want to look at that. I did get a phone call today. This weekend in the Senior Olympics, they won 43 gold medals, 33 silver medals, and 30 bronze medals. We're proud of our seniors. They deserve it here. Other than that, I don't believe I have anything else in senior. No, I'll wait till food pantry to the town fund, that's for not just seniors. I have nothing else in the senior bill fund then, so I would ask for an adjournment.
I'll make the motion.
Okay, I got stereo. I got a motion by Barb Delaney and a second by Barb Boyce. All in favor? Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you very much. Okay, we're going to go into our town fund. All right. Everybody should have in their packet the minutes from, this would have been the August or September 11th meeting, 2017, for the town fund. I do need a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll make the motion.
I got a motion by Barb Boyce.
Second.
I got a second by Barb Delaney. Any questions in the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. All right, thank you. I want to take a minute, though. I want to talk about the minutes. Last month, I was accused of breaking the Open Meetings Act, and I just want to make it clear that I don't believe I did. In the minutes that were just approved, you'll see that Trustee Bickus asked for water board meeting date has been posted on the website, and stated that the last water board meeting was only announced 2 days in advance of, and that's a violation of the Open Meetings Act. So that's in the minutes we just approved, so I believe everybody agrees with that. I wanted to, just in your packet, everybody should have the minutes of the August 14th meeting. And I did highlight it, that Supervisor Alberico informed the residents that the next water board meeting will be held Friday, August 25th, 2017 at 10 a.m. in the supervisor's office. So my math, that gives me 11 days, not 2. I also have in your packet for everybody's to read was an email that we had sent to the gentleman that takes care of our website. It does say, when you remove the golf outing on the home page this coming Friday, which would have been August 11th, can you put in its place, Lockport Township Sewer and Water monthly meeting will be held Friday, August 25th at 10 a.m. in the supervisor's office. So I hope that clears up the fact that we were not in any violation of the Open Meetings Act. I don't want to get dirty or mean or anything like that, but I did also put in your packets that there is an Open Meetings Act law that we have to follow. Any person who becomes elected or appointed member of the public body, subject to the act after January 1st, 2012, must complete an electronic training no later than 90 days after taking oath of office. Greg, I know you were the one that accused me. I hate to bring this up, but I have to clear my name and bring up the point that in your packet you also have the date you took the oath of office, which is May 9th, which would 90 days after that would be around August 7th, I believe. And you also have in your packet the day you did take the Open Meetings Act, which is September 11th, which is, according to my math, is about 34 days late. So when you were accusing me of being in violation of the Open Meetings Act, you were basically in violation of the Open Meetings Act. So I don't want this to become a war of words or anything, but I do want to make sure that we understand that I am trying to follow the law, and I do try to do everything right. And I don't want to be accused of things. I mean, I could screw up enough on my own. I don't need people accusing me of things I haven't. So moving on, I apologize, but I wanted to get that off my chest. Moving on, we have the bills of, and I don't have them written down on mine. Okay. I don't have them on mine. $75,618.40. I do need a motion to pay the bills.
I'll make that motion.
And a motion by Barb Delaney,
I'll second.
second by Barb Boyce. Thank you very much. Any questions on the bills for the highway? I'm sorry, town hall. Hearing none, can I have a roll call, please?
Trustee Boyce?
Yes.
Trustee Bickett?
Yes.
Trustee Delaney?
Yes.
Trustee Morelli?
Yes.
Supervisor Richter?
Yes. Motion passes. Moving on to citizens wishing to address the board for the town hall. I'm going to take a second here real quick, just because we have had issues before. I want to refresh everyone's memory on the ordinance. I would ask the attorney to read the ordinance.
This board passed Resolution 2016-1 concerning how the public comment section of every meeting would proceed. It provides that any person may speak concerning anything of interest in the township matters, to comment on matters of concern, official action, or deliberations, which are or may be before the Board of Trustees. Comments may be received only after the commenting party is recognized by the moderator. Each speaker shall be required to sign an attendance roll upon which is stated his or her name, address, and subject upon which he or she will speak when they address the board. The speaker shall proceed to announce his or her name prior to addressing the board. The moderator may rule out of order scandalous, impertinent, irrelevant, or redundant comments or comments the discernible purpose of which would be to simply disrupt or needlessly protract the proceedings of the meeting. The comments are to be kept to the agenda items for the evening. The 3-minute limit is strictly enforced, and the concern is simply that there be no personal attacks on anybody on the board or anyone to whom the speaker is presenting their presentation. And finally, the board may not necessarily answer any questions that are posed, may take them under advisement, and may decide to respond to those questions at a later board meeting.
All right, thank you.
I'm guessing that was pertaining to our past conversations, which means we must really be hitting a soft spot. It's amazing to me that just like our Channel 6 has been knocked out of commission, now we're trying to knock out public acts or public comments out of commission. It almost seems like a suppression of information in a broad sense to me. I really hope we'll get Channel 6 back. I've talked to a lot of our senior residents, and boy, they're pretty disappointed. You know, they're not as computer savvy as some of our younger residents, so they really don't even get to see the board meetings, both in Lockport, Homer, and the township. So when I hear a comment to be read off before my opening, I feel as though that's kind of directed to the comments I made in the past, which tells me I'm on the right track. We're going to make these changes, and the only way to make some changes is by confronting the problems with truth. And I say that again, with truth. So I'm going to start my 3 minutes now, if you don't mind, since you were able to open with a statement. I felt I had an opportunity to open with a statement. My statement is pertaining to the problems that you still seem to have with the water board. In fact, you brought it up tonight, and you mentioned it in your past statements. Now, you're going to want to say I can't make my statement because this is not a water board meeting, but what you need to understand is that we have residents that are paying bills that are based in Lockport Township that don't actually even honor our water. You paid out $580,000 lawsuit. Did the water bill pay that, or did the residents pay that? Now, let me finish my 3 minutes, please.
Now, you are out of order. This is a town hall meeting, not a water.
This is a legal matter, Ron. This is a legal matter that the board has made decisions on. Are you literally going to try to silence the public based on your decisions, Ron? You guys chose to make the contracts under the table with no bids. $210,000 a month with no bid? I'm sorry, $210,000 a year with no bid, Ron. Now, let me finish. We have gone above and beyond as the Fairmount Community Partnership to work with the township. Now, we have had multiple meetings based on the new water board that you're trying to collect and permit behind closed doors. As you're meeting with an outside attorney to try to rewrite the rules on the water board, Ron, we have come in with 4 or 5 regulations.
If you don't.
Ron, you need to hear me out.
Hear the rules.
Ron, I'm going to finish. We have some requests. You're rewriting the rules on the water board because your rules are illegal. Now, we have requests that need to be heard now.
Attorney.
I would like for everybody on this board to literally ask yourselves, should I be silenced? Is the public should be silenced based on illegal contracts, based on actions that have been taking place since 1970? 1994, there was a law passed that needed to dissolve your water board, and yet you guys still operated illegally since 1994. Now, all we're asking for is so that we can have members from the community on the water board, not appointed by you and the cronies that you have been operating with for multiple years, multiple decades, Ron. I'm a Democrat, and you give us a bad name. And you are calling the police right now? Your president is calling the police right now because the truth is finally caught up.
Sir.
I rest my case for now, but I'll be back next month.
That are out of line, and that's really going off the deep. So 1463.
Just as a reminder, Resolution 2016-1, which I read, was passed by this board May 9th, 2016. It's been in place since then, over a year and a half. So it's not as if this board came up with this rule last month or heard of and passed it for this month. It's been a request for decorum since May 9th, 2016.
Ron, you told me I accused you of a felony. You're guilty of a felony. You are guilty of a felony, sir. It's in your own minutes, and we're going to prove it. We're going. No, I'll wait for the police. I'll wait for the police. I'm a man of honor. I have no problem explaining myself. I'm on the right side of the law, sir. You are illegal.
You have your 3 minutes. Thank you very much. I take it under advisement. I really do. And I've
Can I please give you the list of requests we have from our community? That's what I really want to give you.
Excuse me, I have the floor. I asked you 2 meetings ago, I asked you last meeting, to please come to my office and discuss this.
Ron, this needs to be discussed in public. Too much stuff on the water board goes through your office, under the table, with no public presence. You have board meetings that give away $18,000 a month, and you do that at 10 o'clock in the afternoon when our working class people are at work. Come on, Ron.
Come on. Terry, I would ask you to leave.
I am sorry. I will apologize to the rest of the board. The Fairmont Community Partnership, I am representing them with 5 requests to help rebuild the board. I am not crazy. I am asking you to listen to your common sense. Do not have another appointed board. Please let the community pick 5 contestants to be on the board. Let the community vet them to try to get it right this time.
Terry, I have to control this meeting, please. Now,
Ron,
the
you
law,
have been in
this
control
is
for
the
a long
law of
time.
Illinois. Ordinances for the state, of the township. It says in here that the supervisor appoints the board. I'm
Ron,
sorry.
most of our boards are elected.
I have the floor.
You're elected, Ron.
I have the floor.
You were appointed. How many times were you appointed? Is this the way the Democrats work? Is that all you do now is appoint people? God darn it, Ron, we need some honesty and transparency. I've been here for 6 months asking for it.
Again, I would ask you to leave. You're out of line, I would please ask you to leave.
Ron, this whole board's out of line when you're in control.
Again?
You've been operating behind closed doors for too long. Sir, it's only a matter of time before we're going to ask for your
I
resignation.
ask you to leave for the 4th time.
I'm asking you to leave your position. That's how I'm feeling at this point, Ron. How much more money can you launder out and throw under the table to cronies before you get caught? The one thing I know is the truth always
I'd
comes
like
true.
to ask for a recess of this meeting for 5 minutes until we take care of this. We do have a
Fix
situation.
it. That's all we're asking.
Continue
Just do it
this
right
meeting. If you're
and
going to keep
fix
on
it.
interrupting me, I've asked you 3 times to leave now. 4 times to leave now.
Ron, I am the
Ask
public.
this officer.
Come on.
If you would ask you to leave.
Come with me.
I would appreciate if anybody could, if I do need some help witness-wise, please ask anybody to stand if you have any kind of wanting to do it right. Thank you.
Thank you. Terry. I'll take all your comments under advisement. I'm sorry, I apologize to our residents and to this board for the outburst. A non-resident of Lockport Township actually doesn't even live in this township. But that being said, we'll move on. Unless anybody else has a comment. Hearing none. Next on the agenda is the assessor's report.
Next week, follow. Right now, we're in the middle of our hearings. Our first hearing will be on Thursday, October 5th. So far, we have 96 hearings total. We have 84 residential and 12 commercial and industrial. I also have, we've been working on the trunk or treat that the township is going to be sponsoring. We did pick a date for October 26th from 6 to 8 o'clock. We're going to have a costume contest and a best decorated trunk prize. Barb's been working, she's been giving me all kinds of advice on working with us. And she has a few witches that will be there. And we're also going to, are we going to?
I will ask. I haven't gotten that confirmed yet.
Right. So we're looking for any people that would either wish to come and decorate their cars or donate money for candy or, any of that type of thing. We are dressing up in costumes, so we will be judging all of that. If you're interested at all, please call me at area 815-838-0780, or my email is dmason@lockporttownship.com. Thank you.
Just elaborate a little bit more what Debbie had just mentioned. As far as the costume contest, it's going to be in 3 different age categories. So, and then it's going to have first, second, third place prizes. So it'll be a better opportunity for the children to win prizes. And that's all.
Okay, moving on. Trustees' comments or suggestions? Well, as supervisor, I just want to say on that outburst, I guess I need to clear the room here as to what I feel. I have asked Terry to come to my office and asked him, and it's in the minutes, I've asked him in the August and September meeting, both to come to my office when he has time. We can discuss whatever his issues are with the township. I can show him why we decided to go with, what companies we decided to go with. It's he's mentioned about the responsible bidders law. We did follow that law, and we did go with the lowest responsible bidder. We have to by law, and that's why we went with 13 Construction as the general contractor here. He did show up in my office last week, and I asked him on another subject. I asked him to sit down and talk to me, and since there was no cameras rolling, he did not want to discuss that at that time. He said, I don't have the time, no, I don't want to discuss it. So he walked out. I believe, I hate to say it, but if there's a camera, he loves the camera, he loves to make noise. That's just my opinion. I'm not accusing him of anything, but I do need to run this meeting in an orderly fashion, and I encourage our residents to be here to speak for the allotted time, and I would hope they would come with some good criticism. But if you're going to just yell and keep on interrupting this meeting, I do have to put an end to it. So I apologize. I don't like to go to the point of asking somebody or having somebody removed from this meeting. This is the first time I've ever had to do it, and I hope I never have to do it again. But that's my comment. All right, moving on. I will go on to the building updates. The new building, obviously the blacktop, I don't know when you guys showed up today, if it was still lighting up, but the blacktop is done. The striping is completed. We did talk about the food pantry earlier. The pantry is moving in. They're working on, I don't know if you've noticed, the doors, the 2 exterior doors, their entrances have been put in. The bathroom is roughed in. The plumbing is all roughed in. Thanks to Vickus Plumbing, I believe you guys only did 3 times there. appreciate that. I appreciate everybody's donations that they've been doing at that food pantry. Painter and taping and painting is in progress right now. You can see we have some taping on the outside here where they took the doors out. The sidewalks were poured by the new doors that are all ADA compliable now. So it's moving along really good. The other big thing that's happening in the building right now, the theater groups that we approved are starting to do their work in here. The Limestone Theater Group did their dry run through one night. There were about 60 people here. It's very exciting as to what they're talking about. They're going to do It's a Wonderful Life as a production here. And I'm looking forward to it. They got some great ideas in doing it. We've also had the youth theater group here practicing. I believe they're here every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, if I'm not mistaken. But rehearsing here for their play that's going to be at Lockport Lockport East. So other than that, the building is moving along. So trying to take care of all the little issues. Things are starting to come along real good with the building. Any questions with the building? Hearing none, we'll go into new business. Most of this is all just informational. Live Heat will be here on October 20th. I believe I sent in your packets the, let's see what I got here. Live Heat is going to be here October 20th. Live Heat is the low-income home energy assistance program. They have an outreach program through Will County Community Concerns that comes here the third Friday of every month when it's available. It started October 1st. Lockport's outreach will be October 20th on Friday. Since it's their first time for the year, we're going to, Will County Community Concerns contacted me and asked if I would do a little bit extra stuff to get more people out here. They're going to set up a table and have some people here to talk more about their programming through Will County Community Concerns. We are going to have a shredder truck here that day. We're also going to have the Department of Motor Vehicles here to help with the license, get you through doing your license and doing your vision tests on that Friday that'll be from 9 to 12. And there was one other thing. We're also going to be doing flu shots here from Walgreens. We'll be setting up flu shots for anybody that wants a flu shot. So that'll be, like I said, Friday, October 20th from 9 to noon. Also, Will County Community Concerns is doing a holiday basket for the year, and I was asked to read this. I'll get it up, and we have flyers in our office. Will County Community Concern is serving 125 income-eligible families with children 16 and under. Come in, sign up now, and come to this event, which is going to be the holiday basket sign-up event, which will be 10/17/2017. You can be signed up with another. You cannot be signed up with another agency for a holiday basket. You have to have 90 days of income of all household members and all DHS benefits. Children under 16, proof his medical card or birth certificate, Social Security card for everyone in the household, proof of the Will County residency. Example would be a utility bill, mortgage statement, valid license plate. This is going to be held at the Will County Community Concerns at 2455 Glenwood Avenue in Joliet. It'll be Tuesday, October 17th, 2017. Applications will be taken from 4 to 7. So anybody interested in that, it sounds like a wonderful thing. And you give, like I said, 125 food baskets out for the holiday. Our newsletter has been all put together. It's been all proofed. We sent it to the publisher today to be printed. We're hopefully going to be getting those out. It's Monday today. It's probably first part of next week. I'll start looking for them in your mailboxes, hopefully. Other than that, I don't think I have anything else on the new business. Oh, I did want to bring up the food pantry. I did receive this email today, this information today anyway. I know the food pantry in Lockport, the fish food pantry, closed September 22nd, I believe it was. There is an emergency food pantry in place now in Lockport Township First Congressional Church at 204 East 9th Street. They will be open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Now until the new food pantry opens. So if you are in need, make sure you go there and get your food there until we get this new building, ribbon cutting, and everything set up. So we do have a temporary emergency food pantry in Lockport Township. I have nothing else under new business. I have nothing in old business. I do want to bring up the water board meeting will be October 23rd. I want to announce it at 6:30 in this hall. In the Central Fairmont Drainage Project. So that's all I have on this agenda. So again, I'd like to thank everybody for being patient with us tonight. I also would like to just mention that we have Janet Conner here. Do you want to address the board?
Just very quickly, just to say hello. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is John Conner. I was appointed on June 24th to take over for State Representative Emily Casey for the 85th District. I have met everyone in here on one occasion or another except Barb and John, I believe, so I wanted to introduce myself tonight. My office is the same as it was for Emily, 209 West Romeo Road, across the bridge over in Romeoville, and phone numbers are all the same, so nothing has changed except the actual person who's showing up. So we have veto session coming up very soon. I don't expect us to be addressing anything of substance, but on October 6th, my office is sponsoring the senior celebration at the Romeoville Athletic Center from 9 to 12. That's Friday, this Friday, the 6th. So obviously all seniors, including those from Lockport Township, are invited to come to the senior celebration on Friday, again from 9 to noon. So I hope to be attending more of these meetings in the future. I didn't expect quite the fireworks tonight, although I knew that there were some issues that were going to be discussed possibly in a heated manner, but I wasn't expecting what I saw tonight. Hopefully in the future, calmer discussions can work these things out. So, but again, I'd just like to say hello to everyone. Thank you for your service on the board. My office is available. If there's anything that involves state legislation or anything that is going on down in Springfield, as I said, veto session probably won't have much of substance, but starting in January, there may be issues of interest to the townships and even the water districts, et cetera. So please don't hesitate to call. Roseanne is my secretary. She's fantastic. And if don't happen to be in the office, she will let me know. And I'll be happy to get back to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And Mr. Alrico, could I just make a quick comment because of what got lost, shall we say, in all of that problem before? Or would it be out of order?
I would ask the board if they're okay with it. It's not really my decision on myself. Everybody's okay with it?
Yeah.
Yes, please
You
come
can
up.
go up to the podium.
Okay. State your name.
Name is Bob Lowe. I live in Lago Vista, but I'm a member of the Fairmont Community Partnership Group. And what got lost in what happened this evening with the water board, I know Fairmont earnestly asks that when this water board is set up, that all consideration be given to having Fairmont residents on it. They're the ones that have been affected by it. They're the ones, I guess, that have been kind of paying the price, maybe financially, maybe in terms of bad water. and they just want to be a part of it because they're paying for it. Some feel abused by it, but they want to be part of the solution. And I think that was one of the things that should have come out tonight, but it got lost in the rest. That's what I have to say.
All right, thank you. And again, Bob, I appreciate you.
And what's the date again of the water board meeting?
The meeting will be the
23rd of
October 23rd,
23rd at when?
6:30,
6:30 here?
right here. Yeah, now, I appreciate what you had to say. Again, that probably should be addressed to the water board.
They just wanted it on the record.
All right. Anything else anybody has tonight? Hearing nothing, I have nothing else. I would ask for an adjournment.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion by Barbara Laney, second by Barbara Boyce. All in favor? Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you, everybody, and thank you for your patience, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. Good night.
Thank